One of my favorite quotes in The Lord of the Rings, I'm a big fan, is when the ants, so the tree-like ants, they talk very slowly. And they only, and that's again, that's very loose quote. I don't know how you memorize all these quotes, by the way. You are incredible with all your quotes. But basically, the gist of it is that because they speak so slowly and it takes so many words to say what they have to say, that they will only take the time to say something that they have decided is worth taking the time to say.
That's right.
And so it is. Well, I mean, we, like you said, we've all been allocated a gift of years. We are going to spend our time one way or another. So we might as well invest in spending our time in the slow transformation that Christ invites us in, rather than any other pursuit of our time. We have 24 hours a day, and we are going to spend it one way or another. So we might as well spend it towards deeper into his love, is the gist of your book.
I think that's absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm trying to do during Lent, for instance.
Yes.
This is even a pattern in my life in general. But during Lent, well, here's what I do. Maybe this will be helpful to people. General pattern with a particular emphasis during Lent and at Easter time. And this is something that I've been practicing now. I practiced this when I was working. I practiced this when I was chancellor of the university, really busy. And I'm practicing it and have more time now. So now I'll get up at about 6:45 in the morning, rumble out to the kitchen, make a pot of coffee, uh, grab a cup, sit down at my desk in my office where I'm sitting now, and slow down and greet the Lord. Oftentimes I'll light a candle because that catches my attention, and the wavering of a candle quiets my spirit. I don't want to get too quiet because I'll fall asleep again. But so a process, I'll sit in a chair that's comfortable, where it doesn't, so my body posture doesn't distract me from my attentiveness. And then I'll basically, during this time of Lent, I'll be meditating on themes regarding sin, regarding repentance. There's a Roman Catholic bishop who's a friend of mine. He describes repentance as going beyond the mind that you have. Going beyond the mind that you have. Now, just think through, friends who are listening, going beyond the mind that you presently have. That's what repentance is. Looking at the present state of affairs, and where is the Lord gracefully nudging me to go beyond the mind that I have. So I'm working on that during Lent. Always things to work on in terms of my character. And then during Easter, I'll shift a little bit, and I'll think more about resurrection. And as I think about resurrection, I'll think about death, because death precedes resurrection. We were talking about that a little bit yesterday when you and I were together in class. And I remind myself, this has been a classic spiritual discipline for hundreds and hundreds of years. I'll say something like, well, Chris, you don't need to be afraid, because Jesus has conquered death. Oh my goodness, Jesus has conquered death. You don't need to be afraid. But remember, you are going to die. And so I combine those two things together, and will be combining them together. And then particularly during Holy Week, it all gets summed up in those days that during Holy Week. And hopefully by God's grace, I'll grow a little bit, and further mature. And And the result will always be love and fruit of the Spirit, like peace, kindness, goodness, gentleness.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
when you meet somebody like that, you smile. Someone who's characterized by those kinds of things. And I think that's what I think. I'm not saying I've reached this point myself, but I think that's what holiness looks like. Holiness is never divorced from love. No, holiness is manifested through love. And in time, it, it it beams out of a person. So that's kind of where I'm at my journey. I hope that's been helpful to folks.
Mhm.